Thank you guys so much for tuning back into my channel. Listen, my name is Charmaine Marie. I am your angelic healing practitioner. And listen, I am talking about first comes love, then marriage, and the baby in the carriage, right? So listen, before marriage, y'all, before the promise, before the carriage, before all of this stuff, there must be love, right? Now, not just any type of love. That's not what I'm talking about here, but I'm talking about divine love, right? And so this is the kind of love that teaches you who you are in God. You need to understand who you are in God before anyone else affirms it. Do you understand? And so many people, y'all, they want marriage, they want to be married, and they want this fairy tale. But like I told y'all, this ain't no fairy tale, y'all. This is the truth about love, and it's the truth about life. And many people want love, y'all, but they have not yet mastered love. Hold on, let me say that again. Many people want marriage. Yeah, okay. But they have not yet mastered love. Okay. Checkmate, right? So listen, real love, y'all, it begins in the secret place. When you finally see yourself through heaven's eyes, you know what I'm saying? And so you can't carry kingdom love with a broken vessel. You just can't. So the healing must come first. Remember, I told you after you heal, then here comes the great reveal, right? So God doesn't withhold partners, no. He withholds pain, okay, until your heart is ready for purpose, right? And so this season is not for punishment. No, it's not about that, but it's preparation. So God is healing your heart right now. He's healing every betrayal, every rejection, every abandonment, okay? He's rewriting your love story from the inside out, okay? Because why? 1 John 4:19 tells us that we love because he first loved us, okay? So then comes marriage. Covenant. I ain't talking about no contract. See, marriage was never man's ideal. No. But see, it was heaven's manifestation. That's what it was. And so the world, they treat marriage like it's a contract. It ain't no contract. This ain't no contract deal, baby. But see, in the spiritual realm, it's a covenant, you know? And so a contract, let me tell you, it's based on convenience. But see, a covenant is sealed by sacrifice, okay? And so marriage is the reflection of Christ and the church. You got two people becoming one flesh, one spirit, one mission. Do you understand? And so when God joins these two people, it ain't for pleasure only. No, this is about purpose. And so you're not just waiting for a husband. No, that ain't what you're doing. See, heaven is preparing a kingdom assignment. Do you understand me? And it's going to require the both of you. It ain't just going to require one person to operate. Nah, not this covenant right here. Not heaven's covenant. Okay? Maybe when you in a contractual agreement, it's just one individual. But when you talking about a covenant, listen, and the two becoming one, this is going to require both of you, okay? So listen, I'm talking about when the two become one flesh. So listen to this. And then you got the baby in the carriage, right? So birth and purpose, every divine union is meant to birth something. And I'm not talking about just children. That's not what I'm talking about here. See, the baby in the carriage is symbolic. It's the birth of destiny. It's the birth of ministry. It's the birth of legacy, creativity, right? And so when divine order is restored, love, covenant, fruitfulness, the womb of purpose, then it opens, right? It begins to open. And so some of you are spiritually pregnant right now, okay? Let's just talk about it with a vision that's overdue. The vision is way overdue. But see, God says, I will not bring you to the point of birth and not deliver. Remember, he is a deliverer, right? So your purpose, it will live. And the dream, it will not die in labor. No, it will not. But you will birth what heaven has placed on the inside of you, right? According to Isaiah 66:9. Okay? Let me go to Isaiah 66:9 for the people in the background that don't read their Bibles or open them. I'm just being real. Okay? So listen. It says, shall I bring to the birth and not cause to bring forth, said the Lord? Shall I cause to bring forth and shut the womb, said thy God? I'm talking about the time of birth, delivery. Okay, that's what I'm talking about here. So like I said, you got a lot of people, they want love, but they have not, or a marriage. Let me say that they want to be married, but they haven't even yet mastered love. They don't even know how to love. You know what I'm saying? And this is the problem. This is why people end in divorce, y'all. And so listen. God said, do I bring to the moment of birth and not give delivery, said the Lord. Do I close up the womb when I bring to delivery, says your God. He said, being confident though of this, who began a good work in you, it will carry it on to completion until the day of Jesus Christ. It says, is anything too difficult for the Lord? No, it ain't difficult at all. But he said, at the appointed time, I will return to you. He said, in about a year. In about a year. And Sarah will have a what? A son. For no word from God will ever fail. Okay? So, he who did not spare his own son, no, but he gave him up for us all. How will he not also, along with him, freely give us all things, y'all? He said, you have observed correctly, said the Lord. He said, for I am watching over my word. Okay? He watches over his word to accomplish it. So the Lord will fulfill his purpose for me, okay, and for you, oh Lord. Your love and devotion endures forever. He said, do not abandon the works of your hands, though. Okay? And that's the problem. Some people are not in covenant. They in a contract. Because it says the Lord, will speak whatever word I speak. He said, it will be fulfilled without delay. Do y'all hear me? He said, for in your days, O rebellious house, I will speak a message and bring it to pass, declares the Lord God. He said, is God not a man that he shall lie? He ain't gonna lie. Or a son of man that he should change his mind. Does he speak and not act? Does he promise and not fulfill, y'all? So we know that with man, this is impossible. We already know that, okay? Look at the time we're living in right now. But see, with God, all things is possible, right? I know that you can do all things. God can. And that no plan of his can be thwarted. So guess what? We hold to that profession, right? To the hope that we profess. For he who promised is faithful. That's why he said, so my word that proceeds from my mouth, he said, will not return to me empty, but it will accomplish what I please, and it will prosper where I send it. So the one who calls you faithful, hello, he will do it. He will do it, right? This is what he said. And that's why Sarah, she even conceived, and she had bare a son to Abraham in his old age. At the very time, though, that God had promised. So guess what? Let me talk about this, because you got a lot of people. I'm trying to be real and honest with y'all. See, every counterfeit appears before the covenant. So now you got covenant love versus kingdom love, because the counterfeit is coming. They always coming before the covenant. Okay? Listen. Counterfeit love. It looks like everything you prayed for until it begins draining your peace. Do y'all hear me? So y'all better be careful. It rushes, it manipulates, it binds. And see, kingdom love, it aligns, it covers, it frees. This is why discernment is protection. When your heart is healed, you won't mistake trauma for chemistry. Do you understand me? Don't y'all go out there mistaking trauma for chemistry. No, God ain't set it up like that. So don't settle for imitation love, okay? Listen, the devil tries to send distraction before destiny, okay? So you got to guard your gates out here in these streets. You can't be playing with people. Your heart is sacred, okay? And you ain't no counterfeit. So guess what? You got to guard your heart. Because why? For out of it flows the issues of life, okay? So you don't just become a wife when you say, I do. No, you become a wife when God anoints you for partnership. Do you understand me? And so this is why Ruth even, she was positioned before Boaz, okay? She was positioned, this woman, before Boaz had even appeared. This woman was already positioned. Esther was prepared before the crown was even placed. So marriage ain't no title, but see, it's a spiritual posture. And so God, what he gonna do, I'm gonna tell you what he gonna do. He gonna test your patience. He gonna test your obedience. He gonna test your stewardship in singleness before he trusts you with covenant. So if you already ain't operating in what God told you to do while you were single, how you gonna be expected to be married and operate in the purpose that he has for you and your spouse? So, I'm just saying, this is preparation season, okay? You are being refined. I told y'all, God is preserving you for royal partnership. I ain't talking about spoiled partnership. I'm talking about royal partnership, okay? And so listen, it says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, and he obtains favor from God, okay? So listen. I ain't talking about delay either, but remember this, delay does not mean denial. That is not what it means, but it does mean divine timing, okay? And so love delayed is love perfected, okay? Sometimes God is still building your partner while he's healing you, okay? So, if he gave it to you too soon, you lose it too soon. So the wait, it trains your discernment. That's what it's doing. And it's developing your wisdom. And it's protecting your peace. So heaven's timing is exact. So listen, let me tell you one thing too. What's meant for you will not miss you. So though it tarry, God said wait for it. Because why? It will surely come to pass. All right? So two, we know that two is better than one. Because their reward is what? It is shared. So kingdom marriage, what it does, it births legacy. Not just love stories. No, I'm talking about spiritual revolutions. So when you walk in unity, the angels assist. Do you understand me? Listen. And see, heaven multiplies their fruit. Do you understand me? I'm talking about real spiritual fruit. Okay? So listen, God's design, it was never for isolation, but it was for union. Union that glorifies God. Okay? So listen, you and your partner will birth something that is eternal. Do you understand me? I'm talking about love that restores generations. Because why? It says that the two is better than one. So remember this, y'all. First comes love, okay? Then comes marriage, okay? And the baby in the carriage, right? I'm talking about restoring divine order to love, divine order to covenant, and divine order to creation. I'm talking about healing hearts, breaking counterfeit cycles, but also birthing a legacy.